April 15th, 1912, the RMS Titanic, the largest and most luxurious ship ever built, disappears beneath the icy waters of the North Atlantic. More than 1,500 souls are lost to the cold. It is a night that will echo through the ages, the end of an age of confidence. But what if that night had gone differently? What if the lookouts had seen the iceberg just 30 seconds earlier? What if Titanic never sank? Could a single turn of the wheel have rewritten the story of the 20th century? In 1912, the world believed it had mastered nature. The Titanic was more than a ship. It was a symbol of mankind's triumph over the sea, a floating city of steel and luxury. She carried aristocrats, emigrants, and dreamers bound for New York, a voyage meant to prove that progress could not fail. Yet at 11:40 p.m., when she struck the iceberg, that illusion shattered. The unsinkable ship became a coffin. The tragedy changed everything. New maritime laws, stricter safety standards, and a deep reminder that arrogance is humanity's oldest iceberg. But in another timeline, the sea glows a little brighter. The sky is clear. The moonlight glints off the waves. In this version of history, lookout Frederick Fleet spots the iceberg moments earlier. He rings the bell. The bridge reacts in time. First Officer Murdoch orders a hard starboard turn and engines full astern. Titanic groans, leans, and barely misses the floating mountain by a whisper of steel against ice. The passengers never realize how close they came to death. 3 days later, she sails into New York Harbor, majestic and unharmed. The headlines declare, "Titanic conquers the ice. The myth of invincibility is reborn." The world celebrates technology's victory. White Star Line becomes the greatest shipping company on Earth. No one questions the lack of lifeboats or the limits of human control. There is no international ice patrol, no global outcry for reform. The world learns the wrong lesson that man is untouchable. When war breaks out 2 years later, Titanic is converted into a luxury troopship. Her enormous size makes her a shining target across the Atlantic. One misty morning in 1915, a German U-boat spots her silhouette. A torpedo tears through her hull. Titanic, the ship that once defied the ocean, vanishes beneath it this time, by the hand of man, not nature. The loss sends shockwaves across the Atlantic. Hundreds of Americans perish, and the United States, enraged, joins the war in 1915 instead of 1917. The early entry shortens the war but deepens its scars. Germany collapses faster. The Treaty of Versailles becomes harsher, and the bitterness festers sooner. In the ashes of that humiliation, a young soldier named Adolf Hitler begins to rise 2 years ahead of schedule. One ship avoided an iceberg, but not its destiny. History is fragile. It bends and reshapes itself on the smallest of moments. A missed signal, a delayed order, a half-turn of a wheel. If Titanic had survived, perhaps humanity would have believed itself invincible for a little longer. But faith in perfection always has a price. So what do you think? If Titanic had never sunk that night in 1912, would the world have been safer or far more dangerous? The sea keeps its secrets, and sometimes survival can change history more than tragedy ever could.